Aloha and welcome to surfinglessonsandiego.com's top 10 tips. The top 10 things you should know first if you decide to try and learn to surf on your own. Number 1. Wave height. Check the wave heights for the day you are planning on going out surfing. It's always important to check if there's a swell on the way because the waves could look really small and within an hour of hitting the water it could rise really quickly. When you are in San Diego or anywhere else for that matter, always watch the waves for at least 15 minutes to have a good idea of how big they are. Here's a good place to check for surf conditions and much more. Surfline.com. Number 2. Water quality. Here in California, you'll want to make sure you're not getting into the water right after it rains because of the runoff. You can check the water quality of locations you are going to surf at on surfline.com as well and see if there are any warnings. Number 3. The water temperature. Yes, I know, you're from the sub-zero part of the world, but if you plan on learning to surf in San Diego, you're going to want a wetsuit. If you're planning on buying one, always ask for a 4.3 to use during the winter months and a 3.2 to use during spring and fall. Summer is a different story, but it can still be a little cold and a spring suit is definitely a good idea. Number 4. Size does matter. What size board to rent? If you've never surfed before, I'm going to highly recommend taking at least one surf lesson first for many reasons. However, if you're like me, Mr. I can do anything after I get my butt handed to me a few times, make sure you get at least an 8 to 9 foot long board. 9 foot is best. If the surf shop is all out of 8 or 9 foot boards, my opinion is to not waste your time with anything smaller. It's going to be really difficult and very frustrating. Number 5. What do you mean I can't surf here? Here in San Diego, California, we have something called blackball. I know they could have come up with a better name, right? But blackball simply means you can't surf during certain times of the year in certain areas during specific times of the day. I hope that was confusing enough for you. Make sure to find out before you rent a surfboard and find out the beach you're going to if it allows surfing during that time of year and day. It's pretty lame, but it happens. Hey, you know can surf here. Always respect the locals. Always be respectful and cautious of people out in the water. There is localism in certain areas, so be sure to know about surf etiquette if you decide to go out on your own. This is a must. Number 7. Have a surf buddy. Make sure to have at least one other person with you so you two can keep an eye on each other when you're out in the water. It's always best to have someone on the beach watching as well. So have fun, but always play it safe if you've never surfed before. Number 8. Oh, I think I ate too much. Make sure to allow about 2 hours after eating before going into the surf and hydrate. The combination of salt water and sun will cause you to need more water than usual. Bring a few bottles of water, preferably in glass, with you and maybe a little snack for after you get out of the water. Surfing makes you mighty hungry. And the reason I say glass is plastic bottles pollute the ocean, so let's try and be a little cautious about that. Number 9. Know your limits. If you are completely out of shape, I mean really out of shape, surfing may not be the right sport for you to try on your own. Now, I'm not saying you have to be Mr. Olympian or Miss Olympian, just know your limits. If you get extremely fatigued really quick, make sure you have a buddy with you and preferably a lifeguard on duty. Also, this goes without saying, but never turn your back to the ocean, when in the water of course. And please don't dive off your surfboard. It's usually shallow and testing how hard the bottom is compared to your head is not very fun. And number 10, lighten up and have fun. Next to safety, this is the most important rule. Don't take it too seriously. You're most likely on vacation and here to have fun. The fun factor will definitely increase tenfold if you take a surf lesson first, but hey, I know it can be a bit pricey, but well worth it. And you may just want to see what it's like to try and catch a few waves on your own. So either way, have fun, be safe, and happy surfing. For more information on surfing lessons in San Diego, visit surfinglessonsandiego.com. We'll see you on the beach.